Hello traders, this is your trader's friend. Thank you for joining me today for another video. I'm so glad you're here with me. Guys, this video is in response to an email I received this morning, and the question was how I placed my stop losses and chose my take profits on the 1 minute time frame. Before you have the Euro USD on the 1 minute time frame and the Euro USD on the 5 minute time frame. I choose my advantage on the 1 minute time frame with the break above the 50 period, and I choose my advantage on the 5 minute time frame with the break and close above the 10 period SMA. My SMAs are my 200, my 50, my 20, and my 10 period. Now I start, once I get the advantage, which is that break and close above the 50 on the 1 minute time frame, then I enter on this candle. Once this candle closes, I put my stop loss under that candle, and I've actually tightened up my stop losses just a little bit. Now you can see this morning it got scary because it looked like this was going to be a bearish engulfing candle. Now if I closed below the low of that candle, I would have gotten out with a loss. And I'll tell you guys, there's some days that I cut 5 and 6 losses. But the key is to keep the cuts as small as possible. You want to keep your losses as small as possible. And for me, it's no big deal, simply because once I hit the vein of gold that I'm looking for, which is that good trending trade, it's going to more than cover those losses. So please keep that in mind. Now, for the first 5 minutes, I continue to move my stop losses under my pink candles. Now, most of the time on your 5 minute time frame or any time frame, you're going to have a bit of a pullback. No big deal. Once I'm sure that I'm in profit, I then switch over to my 5 minute time frame. And let's go ahead and do that. This is where my stop loss ended up, and I move my stop loss from that point on my 5 minute time frame. Now if it's a good trade, it's going to work out beautifully. If not, I'm going to pretty much know right away, because then I'll get a close below that candle, and I've still managed to close out in profit. But because it's a bullish trade, I move my stop losses under the close of my pink bullish candles. Once I get a close, I just move and move and move until I get to that point. Now, what I do is once I start moving this, I'll switch back to my 1 minute time frame so I can kind of monitor the way price moves. Let's do that right quick so that I can get an idea of how the market rhythm is, and to be more in tune with that stuff so that I don't panic when it looks like a trade may go against me. And this is the thing. If I want to throw out anything right here, I want to throw out a set of rules. Number one, wait for a proper trade setup. I cannot stress that enough. I probably spend more time waiting for a good trade setup than the average trader. Number two, enter when your rules show that you have the advantage. Number three, cut bad trades as soon as you realize you don't have the advantage that you thought you did. And lastly, never let them trap you. Never let them trap you. Let's switch back to that 1 minute time frame quickly and see what we have. Okay, you can see that when I move the stop loss, you can see all of this price action bouncing back and forth. These are the things that I want to be in tune with, because I pay more attention to the 1 minute time frame per se and how price moves, so that I can get a feel for the rhythm, than I do the 5 minute time frame. And while I have you here, I want to point out some things. Okay, the black lines that you see, and I actually do it on both charts, they're actually from the daily time frame. And at the end of the day, I mark my resistance and my support from the previous level. Once I have demolished either the resistance or support, and in this case it was the resistance, then I look for my next possible area of resistance. which is 139.13 on my chart. Just wanted to point that out quickly. Now on the 5 minute time frame, this is something that I want to point out. Once you have a market that's trending, and this morning this was like trader's hell. I'm so serious. It was just like a nightmare. But what you have to do is remember that unless you're scalping, you do not want to trade against a trend. Why is that? Because the people with the big money are looking to buy these things low in a trending market, and you can see that that's what happened this morning. You got this huge dip down here, and within the last couple of minutes, bam, or last couple of seconds, bam, price shot back up because you got this huge volume of buys, and after that you can see the rest is pretty much history. So and it was King Blue who actually pointed this out this morning on Facebook. But in a trending market that's trending bullish, you are looking to buy the dips. Now this is how I choose to buy the dips. Once I get a situation like this, I wait for a re-break and close back above the 10 period SMA. And I am looking on the 1 minute time frame on the 50 period SMA. But then I began to move my stop losses accordingly until I get to that point where I've lost my advantage. And that's how I choose my take profits. Guys, I just want to remind you that you can absolutely do this. You can be successful at Forex. Forex is not hard. It's just a little tricky. Guys, have a terrific weekend.